This is only just wide enough to walk through. Oh, look at all that nastiness on the ground right there. Seems like it's getting narrower and narrower. Oh, look, our friends the crickets.
Did you put the mantle cover on?
Yeah.
Let's do it.
You are now up to speed.
This should actually be much easier than I was thinking. Because I thought it was more of a ladder, and it's actually more of a staircase, it's just a little bit steep. But the ground doesn't look too wet, and if I'm correct about this, this should actually lead to the power station that we previously explored in the video, the Tunnel of Note. Of course, there is always the potential that it slopes downward, in which case we may have a little bit of a problem. Very slowly and carefully. Don't need any injuries at this very moment. Oh wow, this place has a pretty high ceiling, but as soon as you come down here, it gets considerably lower. Okay, so wow, look at that. It does actually go this way. That way will lead towards the power station, but I'm kind of curious what's this for right now. I'm assuming that this probably leads to different entrances on the other side of the building. But yeah, this is definitely a lot more spacious than the Tunnel of Nope, is it not? Just walking our way on through, and I feel like I can actually do this. There's a ladder here. Yeah, I've been here before. I climbed down here. If we had gone in a level up, this is what we would have had to deal with. This is what I thought we were going to have to climb down. But we actually found a much, much easier way of doing this. And if we go around that corner, I imagine it'll probably be the same thing, but over there. Amogus. You know what? I think this might actually be where I brought those people a couple of years ago. You remember that, right? This is just the basement of the building right now. We're not actually in any kind of tunnels. The ground is starting to get a little bit wet though. Yep. This is the basement proper, where we have, actually right down that hall, we've been before. Now, before we get going, a little history lesson. Basically, this is what's called the cottage style design, where years ago, campuses would often be built with tunnels connecting each of the buildings. And those tunnels would often be steam tunnels where a central power station, now it's getting a little closer in, where a central power station, excess steam would be diverted through these pipes and would heat the buildings, which is quite a bit more efficient than having a boiler inside each building. Yeah, and this is quite walkable so far. It's not as bad as the Tunnel of Nope, although that's a bit of an omen. We're already seeing crickets. Step down a little bit more. Oh boy. Oh boy. There's a ladder leading up to a hatch, which is how these little guys are getting in. And here we are narrowing again. Great. Well, That dashes my hopes. I don't know how far we're going to do this. We got to climb over this thing. This right here should be a straight shot to the power station, where I think we'll be exiting, if you don't mind. But yeah, for as claustrophobic as this is, what? For as claustrophobic as this is a lot better than the tunnel of Nope. There's a manhole cover up there. There's a little cricket hippity happening down there. Get out of the way, little cricket. You don't want to get stepped on. You know, another thing that makes this place seem so much friendlier than the Tunnel of Nope is the graffiti. You can tell that people have been, in the past, a lot more willing to come down here. And at least to us, we know where we're going. For example, this should... great, that's going to be annoying. This should come out pretty soon. Under or over, that's the question. I'm thinking over, but no. Knee pads would have been handy here. I'm a video game protagonist. I don't know how to get around this waist-high wall. Let's see if I can't crawl under this. It's going to be a pain. Hands first, because I am wearing gloves. And I'm through. We lost our hat. And here's a ladder upward. And that's not far from the surface, so that's most likely we've crossed the street now.
Okay.
Yeah, I think so. I think we're very close to the power station. This was actually not very difficult at all. I think this is the power station. Oh, great. Never mind. I will say, though, water must not really get in here because these pipes, the insulation is in much better shape. Oh, would you look at that. They tried to seal this up, but
There's no way.
it's not. Yeah, there is. Right here. And this is exactly where we think it is. We're in the power station.
Oh, shit.
So if you don't mind ducking through here, we can do it.
Those look like wire managers for server racks.
Could it be?
Exactly what it was for.
And I up the ISO. Oh, look at that. Yeah, I think this has got to be the power station. There's nothing else it could be. Well, let's start looking around then. There's like reflective filings on the ground. Right, here's where it all ends up, and I'm not going to walk on this because it's all sludge, but what is this stuff?
Yeah, don't go past it.
A bunch of crickets right here. Yes. This guy's not going to open. Can't even turn the knob. It's daylight up there. What are you looking for?
And how you came down past the basement, or was it you thought it was the first basement?
With any luck, there'll be a better way around, but I'm not sure. Yeah, I see. Which means that if we come over here, that's where we'll find that sulfuric acid tank. And here we are. Just had to walk through a river of sludge to get here. And here's that other weird space where... Yeah, you know what? This is the tunnel that leads to the next building in the chain. But I'm pretty sure it's been sealed up. At least that's what I've heard. I don't think you can actually make it all the way through. And it is good to see daylight. And you know what? Since we didn't get to do it last time, let's see how high we can get here. Daylight. Whew, that's bright. Hang on. Ooh, would be a great time for the ND filter, huh?
Okay. Don't trust any of this from here to there.
Hey, if you look all the way over there, you can see the building we came from. Nice, how cool is that? I always love being able to see, like, how far we've come, like, represented visually. And it's so rare you actually get that chance, but this is really awesome. Pigeons. We are in your domain now. There's a bunch more we're not seeing. Probably living in whatever this thing is.
Is that a person?
That's the birds. Yeah, you guys don't like this. This is a truly bizarre thing to encounter. What even is this stuff right here? Whoa. That was a power move. It's telling us get lost. I'll be honest, I'm not a fan of this. Look at that. They're working on yonder cell tower. Kind of funny that we saw them coming in. We moved right under the road as we came through. This is so cool. All right, let's move. Yep. This is now absolute roof. And we're not going to be stepping out here because we would be silhouetting ourselves quite handily. That's not a good idea, but what a nice autumn view. We're seeing this much earlier in the day with quite a bit more sunlight than we did last time, so it's funny how space takes on a slightly different tone depending on how and when you see it. Now this is a room that I would really like to get into. Unfortunately, it seems to be bolted, but I know people have been in here before, because look at all this graffiti. This looks to be like a little staff lounge, but how would you actually get in? I mean, this almost suggests that it was open and was deliberately sealed at some point, but why would you bother for this one particular room? Hey guys, look, it's the triumphant return of everybody's favorite, the poop fan, and its close cousin, the poop cage. The problem with this room is, like, the floor is completely wrecked, but I want to see these computers, man. Can't leave here without seeing my buddies. Now I have to return solo to the geriatric ward in order to retrieve my tripod, which I left at the entrance. We did not want to walk all the way back through the tunnels, so we exited the power station above ground, and it should be no big deal. It should be right around this corner. If not, it'll be around the next one. I have to say, it is always a little bit spooky being down here alone. Come on, camera, focus. And there you are, tripod. You thought I left you, didn't you? You know I would never leave you. You're my little tripod. Oh yeah, I know. It's so cold here, isn't it? That's alright, you'll be back in your warm bag in a second. But yeah. ending this video where it started, we know that this connection does actually still exist, at least for the time being. Also, does anybody else see a face in that white pattern on the wall? I sort of do. Yeah, that's spooking me out a little bit. All right, but yeah, this was really cool, and not nearly as difficult as the Tunnel of Nope. Although, certainly spooky here now that I can actually really hear that echo. And I'm not sure if I'm hearing noises behind me or not. Mr. Tripod, come on, we're gonna get going now. But if you like this video, please remember to like, comment, and subscribe for more creepy and comfy content. If you have any ideas for other videos, the best place to suggest that will be at the Discord, which I will link in the description. And as always, I will see you in the next one.